The legend of Sam Fuld continues to grow with every game. Last night, Super Sam's 4-for-4 performance moved him into the top spot of the American League batting race. Tonight, Fuld and the Rays look for their 7th win in their last 8 games. Right-hander James Shields faces White Sox lefty John Danks. Catch all the action on Sun Sports. Tonight, the Rays continue the homestand. They'll try to make it 2 straight over the Chicago White Sox in Game 2 of this 4-game series. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball. Dwayne Stats with Brian Anderson. Todd Callis along a bit later. We'll look forward to that. Well, it's great to have you aboard here as the Rays take on the White Sox. Winners last night, 5-0. A great combination, Brian, of good pitching, good defense, and early the Rays grabbed the lead on a 2-run home run by Ben Zobrist. On the offensive side of things, the Rays are hoping that a shot like that from Zobrist will help kickstart the entire offense.
Yeah, and where that hope comes from is that was Ben Zobrist's 2nd home run in his last 3 games. You see what he's done on the season. He's got 10 hits. He's got the 3 home runs. He didn't have 3 home runs until almost the end of May last year. So I really like what the Rays have done with him in the lineup. You know, teams have, and we've talked about it, they have been attacking him with off speed, and to this point, he's not made the adjustment. He needs to make that adjustment to be able to handle those pitches, but I like what they've done, moving him up to the 2nd spot of the order behind Sam Fuld. As hot as Sam Fuld is, you get him on base, that will allow Ben Zobrist, hopefully, to see more fastballs, and if not, at least you can get something going. Get Sam Fuld in motion, Ben Zobrist from both sides, put the ball in play, some hitting and running, put him into some positions where he's not thinking so much. He just goes out and swing the bat, because we saw what this guy did a couple years ago. Almost 30 home runs, almost hit 300. It's there. They're just waiting for it to blast out.
Well, the Rays are hoping that up in that number 2 spot, they'll level the playing field for him a bit. And on the mound, James Shields for the Rays tonight. Shields got off to that great start his first time out. Now he'll pitch against the White Sox for the 2nd time this year.
And paybacks, because that start against the White Sox, he got a little out of his mechanics, a little over-rotating, didn't have the greatest of outings. Boy, he bounced back his last time out against Minnesota, went back to that compact delivery, had the good late life on all of his pitches. Look to continue that tonight.
And a great pitching matchup again. Shields on the hill looking for his first win, and John Danks, the left-hander for Chicago, has pitched well. He also is looking for his first win. This team is playing exciting baseball, as demonstrated last night. Great pitching and even better defense. We'll have more on that when we return to Tropicana Field, leading up to tonight's game, the Rays and the White Sox.
Tonight, lineup cards being exchanged at home plate. White Sox and Rays play for already game number 6 of the season. Just 2 more to go in this season series, tomorrow and Thursday. For the Rays, last year they had an outstanding defensive team all season long. But I don't think there was ever one game where collectively there were more outstanding plays made last year than there was in last night's game. It started with Casey Kotchman with a pick early. Then Ben Zobrist had this diving catch in right field later on in the game. Yet Sean Rodriguez playing the hot corner, making a nice backhanded play. Then the 2 best of the game turned in by Sam Fuld and Reed Brignac. Fuld diving all out in shallow center field. Then you had Reed Brignac all the way in the hole against Ramon Castro, gets up and fires a strike. And in our Geico quotes of the game, both Reed and Sam described their plays last night.
I thought I had an opportunity. I got to the ball pretty quickly. I know Ramon's not the fastest guy in the world, but he hustles and he plays hard. So I knew I had to get rid of it quick. And it's just a long throw from back behind, third base. And I just tried to get to my feet as quickly as possible and make a strong throw.
You get a sense right off the bat that it's going to be close, but it wasn't until the very last second that I realized I'm going to have to go, lay full out for that one. I really didn't think, for most of it, I didn't think I was going to get there, but it hung up just enough. Had a lot of backspin on it, so it kind of carried, and it carried just enough.
Sam is, I heard that the world is covered by 75% water and the other 25% is covered by Sam Fuld, so I'm buying that right now. He's doing it right now. So it's big for us. It's big for somebody to be able to step up whenever we have guys down like Longo and Johnny, and he's doing a great job.
David Price, very appreciative of his defense behind them last night. We're ready for another game between the Rays and the White Sox. Less than 2.5 minutes till the first pitch. Dwayne Stats and Brian Anderson with all the action coming up next in High Definition.
Tonight is brought to you by AutoWay, part of Auto Nation, the largest automotive retailer in the country, so we can do big things. By AT&T, by Checkers Feast On, and by Ram Trucks, designed, tested, and proven to be the best trucks we've ever built. Ram. Baseball tonight from Tropicana Field. Game 2 of this 4-game series. The Rays 2-3 against the Chicago White Sox this year. Juan Pierre is going to lead it off for Chicago with James Shields on the hill. First pitch of this game is a strike call. We're underway. Pierre hitting .279. This one is down. And a little swinging bunt.
Wow.
And that's fouled into the seats just beyond the dugout.
James Shields making his 4th start. Season numbers 0-1, ERA just under 4. Coming off a good one against the Twins.
Pierre, a little piece of that changeup, staying alive with a foul ball right back into the stands.
That's what you want to watch out of James Shields early in the game, is the life on his stuff. When he stays right mechanically and is working his way towards home plate.
Ooh, pretty close pitch right there. And the count squares at 2-2.
Well, we saw that pitch work very good last night for David Price. The backdoor cutter. He tried to finish off Pierre there and was just wide.
And again, pretty close. This one in. A fastball.
Boy, these pitches aren't missing by much. 2 good ones froze Pierre.
And there's a fly ball lifted into center, where B.J. Upton waits to catch it. 1 away. Let's take a look at the Chicago lineup tonight with Pierre leading off. Gordon Beckham second, and then Adam Dunn. Paul Canerco, Carlos Quentin, and Alex Rios down the middle. A.J. Przinsky in there behind the plate. Alexi Ramirez in short. Mark Tian, who hits well against Shields, is in there at third, batting 9th. Ozzie Guillen's lineup. Pitch to Beckham is low. Beckham at 231. He was 0 for 4 last night, a couple strikeouts, and then victimized twice defensively by the Rays. So that was a tough night. You have 2 strikeouts. Rodriguez made a great play on him at third. And then later in the game, Zobrist made a great play on him on a ball hit to right field.
And he could just get in line, because there were a lot of White Sox hitters that were robbed last night by good defense by the Rays.
There's a strike. And it's 2-1.
He may be at the head of the line, but it was a line nonetheless.
There was a line. That's absolutely true. Ramirez, Castro, Beckham a couple times. Base hit up the middle this time. 1 out single.
Well, let's take a look at the Rays defense tonight behind Shields. Left to right in the outfield, Sam Fuld, B.J. Upton, and Matt Joyce. Across the infield, third to first, Sean Rodriguez, Reed Brignac, Ben Zobrist, and Casey Kotchman, Kelly Shopik catching. Tonight's defense brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of the sweet spot.
Well, here is the DH, Adam Dunn. So Dunn back in the Chicago lineup after undergoing the appendectomy. He fouls it. Roller, strike 1. Dunn in Washington last year hit 38 home runs and drove in 103. He hit 260 for the Nationals. And here he is in the middle of this Chicago White Sox lineup. One and one. Take a look at this production the last few years. 40 home runs in 08, 38 each of the last 2 seasons. His individual career high was 46 with the Reds in 04. One and two. So you throw this big power hitter a good changeup, and Shields is ahead in the count.
Well, that's what these guys are susceptible to. Good fastball hitters. You saw those numbers. He'll strike out a lot, but when he makes contact, it goes a long way.
Over to first, and back in there is Beckham. Quick move by Shields to make it interesting.
Good accurate throw here by Shields, and Beckham just able to get that right hand underneath the tag.
swing and a miss. Dunn is out on strikes. A little conversation there. Chapa came up with the ball cleanly, the call. Dunn wasn't quite sure on that, thinking that maybe he made contact with it.
Well, this is the good strikeout changeup from Shields. Down, stays down. And Dunn comes up empty. That ball's off the end of the bat. No contact. Good block by Shopik.
So that's a strikeout. And out number 2. Dunn taking a look at that changeup with that great depth, thinking there's no way they could dive that quickly. He had to foul it, but he didn't make contact. Another move to first, and back in is Beckham.
Well, if you're going to be a right-hander with a good move over to first, you have to have quick feet. And those last two, Shields quick with the feet, accurate with the throw, very close plays.
Paul Konerko in the batter's box, the Chicago first baseman. Beckham singled with 1 out. He's at first with 2 outs. Konerko with 4 home runs and 13 runs batted in, 4th in the league in RBIs. That pitch is a strike.
Right at the top of the strike zone. Working ahead.
Well, that'll be a good strike if Shields can get that all night in combination with a changeup that dives the way.
Think about that.
That'd be a great combination right there.
I know, if he's able to work the entire strike zone. We saw a couple pitches in this first inning that were very close. He didn't get the call on, but if he gets that up and is able to drop the changeup, you're right, Dwayne.
Pitch in a bit, 1-1, and at least here early it appears that the strike zone might not be so wide. It might be narrow, but it might be tall. So we'll see what happens. We've only had a handful of pitches. One and one now. Here it is. Pop down the right side, foul. Kotchman after it, but he will not get there. That ball falls down near the bullpen. 1-2. So Beckham's back at first. Ground ball to third. Rodriguez takes it down to Zobrist at second for the force to retire the White Sox. Rays coming in to hit bottom of the first, no score. The American League's leading hitter, Sam Fuld, leading off, hitting .396. Then Ben Zobrist and Sean Rodriguez hits third. Felipe Lopez, the cleanup man, in front of B.J. Upton. Then Casey Kotchman, Kelly Shopik, Matt Joyce, and Reed Brignac. Fuld takes the first pitch from John Danks. That's in there for a strike. Sam coming off last night's 4-for-4 performance. Ground ball to short this time. Ramirez makes the throw to first. Fuld is retired.
Now let's take a look at the White Sox defense tonight. Left to right in the outfield, Juan Pierre, Alex Rios, and Carlos Quinn. Across the infield, third to first, Mark Teahan, Alexi Ramirez, Gordon Beckham, and Paul Konerko. A.J. Przinsky with the headshot of Ramon Castro behind the plate. Tonight's defense is brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of the sweet spot.
So here is Ben Zobrist now. Pitch is down, 1-0. Just a little walk down memory lane for you there. That's all that they were doing. Zobrist shoots this one into center field. That ball's going to be in there for extra bases. Ben on his way to second. He'll make the turn. Dig for three, and the throw will not be in time. A three-base hit. How about that? Zobrist had never had a hit off John Danks until now, and it's a triple.
0 for 10 with 5 strikeouts, but how about this? Fastball. Ben Zobrist is able to go out there and get it, and the route that Rios takes, he's going straight across to cut that thing off. When he doesn't get there and it gets by him, it's going to be an easy triple for Ben Zobrist, motoring over to third.
So with one swing of the bat, the Rays have a man in scoring position, a threat here, and the infield comes in with Sean Rodriguez in the batter's box. Oh, and Sean is hit by the pitch. So Sean heads to first. A triple, and now a runner at first hit by that delivery from Danks.
No, he just yanks that. He missed badly with that fastball. Przinsky wants it in. This got him good right on the hip.
Now Felipe Lopez. Lopez gave the Rays the lead last night with a first inning RBI single. Be careful. You can't take much liberty with Danks out there on the mound now.
No, he's really tightened up, slowing down the running game. You see his season numbers. He threw very well his last day. He's been victimized by that White Sox bullpen a couple of times.
And there's a strike to Lopez.
When you go back just a couple of years, he gave up 23 stolen bases in 2008, 18 stolen bases in 2009, and then last year just teams were 50%, 6 out of 12.
Yeah, and that really completely negates the running game because, I mean, you might break even, but you're really in negative numbers. Runner goes, and a ground ball off the glove of Beckham. The run's going to score. Beckham recovers to make the play at first. The Rays had Rodriguez in motion. Zobrist scores. That's going to be a run batted in for Lopez, and the Rays take the lead.
Well, first and third, Felipe Lopez up. Get something going, put guys in motion. There goes Rodriguez. Lopez does his job, but Gordon Beckham had not even flinched. Stayed right there. Was able to make the play, but Zobrist scores, giving the Rays an early lead.
Now, putting the runner in motion apparently gives Lopez a target. He almost hit Rodriguez with that
yeah.
ground ball. So the Rays lead 1-0. Now Rodriguez at second. Here's B.J. Upton fouling it off the end of the bat. Strike one. Well, the Rays take a first inning lead for the second straight night. Rays have won 6 out of their last 7 games. 7 of 10. This pitch is down. In fact, over the last 10 games, they've been the hottest team in the American League East after that very slow start. And they've scored a few runs. Ground ball foul, 1-2. Take a look at the standings now. Tied for second in the East, 3 games back of New York. You know, the Rays that first week were scoring almost 0 runs. And in their last 7 games, in which they've won 6, they're averaging over 5.5 runs. And that's without Longoria. Pitch away, 2-2. And now it's without Damon. And he was doing a lot of the damage, as you know. The wins have been very good wins, and the losses not so good.
They tend to work out that way a lot of the time.
Wave and a miss, up and out on strikes. Rays pick up a run. We are at the end of 1-0 Tampa Bay. McCann Field sharing their popcorn. Don't forget, you don't want to miss another minute of the action here at the ballpark. Only at the park. You can get the best seats, biggest savings, and all the fantastic benefits by becoming a Rays season ticket holder. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com. Carlos Quentin takes the first pitch upstairs. A ball, no strikes.
That little girl finishes that bowl of popcorn, they can then carry her home in it.
There's a strike, 1-1. Yeah, but she had help.
Yes, she did. That was a pretty tall order.
That's good parenting there. Keeps them occupied. Foul ball. Well, a quick lead in the double department there for Carlos Quentin. He has 9. His slugging percentage still isn't as high as Sam Folds, though. It's at .597 and Fold at .604. Cut to miss. He's out on strikes. Second strikeout for Shields.
Now, James Shields, so often a lot of the strikeouts come on that changeup. Here's just a challenge fastball. Put it in a good spot. 93 miles an hour. See him stay right on his target. Drives the ball right to the outside corner. Quentin takes the whiff.
Rios goes after the first pitch fastball, lifts the fly ball to center. Upton makes the catch. 2 quick outs in the second inning.
The catcher, number 12, AT TBA.
And the catcher is AJ Pierzynski, who's on his way to the plate. AJ hitting .250. There's a couple of extra base hits this year. 2 doubles and a strike. So Shields using the fastball here to these hitters in the second inning. And there is strike 2. That one in on Pierzynski.
Yeah, so often we see James Shields use that cutter backdoor to left-handed hitters. That one he brings close to him. You saw that swing by Pierzynski. That lets you know no recognition of that pitch.
And a little tap back to the hill. And the tag. Shields gets Pierzynski unassisted to retire the side. Bottom of the second coming. 1-0 Rays.
The second inning, you can get exclusive deals and coupons delivered right to your phone with the free TampaBay.com/things-to-do iPhone app powered by the St. Petersburg Times. It's available now at the iTunes App Store.
Casey Kotchman in there looking at the first pitch, a fastball from John Danks, and that's a strike. Danks ready to go as soon as he gets the ball back. That's going to be a foul ball just down in front of the bullpen mound. And Danks smart enough to know that there's another pretty good left-hander on this White Sox staff named Mark Burley. He puts his fanny right next to Burley when they're not pitching, and he's learned a lot.
He has learned, well, that cut fastball too that he brings now is actually has a couple of miles an hour on Mark Burley. And yeah, he is definitely, and why wouldn't you? The success that Mark Burley's had in this ball game, get the ball and throw it. If you're going to win the game, lose the game, do it quick.
Ground ball, backhanded by Ramirez. It's short, and he throws wide. Kotchman's going to have an infield hit. Casey's on to lead off the second.
Well, Alexi Ramirez gets to this. He's got a throw from his knee. Just yanks the throw just a little bit. Casey Kotchman everything he can do to get down the line. Take that. You know, Dwayne, too, you're talking about how quickly these pitchers work, and it's not just John Danks. You know, Edwin Jackson has picked up his tempo and rhythm. It's one of those things that these White Sox pitchers pride themselves on. Their teammates, the defenders out in the field, absolutely love them for it.
Shopik checking on the pitch, ball one.
Not a whole lot of standing around. Ready to go. Keeps your defenders on the balls of their feet, ready to make plays.
And I really think most of the time, and you could speak to this better than I could certainly, I think it's better for pitchers. I think it gives the pitchers the advantage and puts the hitter on the defensive when a pitcher works that quickly.
It does, because you know what you'll end up doing is you see a guy out there working quick for a couple of innings, then all of a sudden hitters will start asking for time, you know, stepping out on you, trying to disrupt that rhythm, because when a pitcher gets into a good rhythm and he's not really thinking, he's just reacting, making pitches, he can saw his way through a lineup quickly.
1-1, and when they do step out, you know, they try to disrupt that pitcher's timing, but if I'm the pitcher out there, I think that's a good sign. I mean, what I'm doing here is disrupting his at bat.
That's it. That's exactly right. I mean, they're basically tipping their hand to you.
Yeah.
Saying we're going to try to get you out of the rhythm because you're putting it to us.
Yeah, that's that great battle between pitchers and hitters. And, you know, Ted Williams didn't think pitchers were very smart. There have been a lot of pitchers who take exception to that. There's a broken bat, a little popper handled by Ramirez. In fact, I've known a lot of pitchers who I thought were very smart. One away here. Kotchman at first. Matt Joyce will step in here against the lefty. But that is a great matchup that way. It's a psychological as well as physical matchup between that pitcher and the hitter.
A constant cat and mouse game, especially at the big league level, where there's so much video and there's so many scouting reports and numbers, and you know, there's no hiding. You know, this isn't you know, AA, AAA. You know, they scout down there. You know, they don't have the advanced scouts, but the scouting reports down there will be like, well, you know, I had a guy last year and he doesn't like the ball in. Okay, that's your scouting report.
Well, that's the way scouting reports used to be.
Yeah.
You know, in the old days. Well, strike here. The count on Joyce, but there's so much more information available. There's a line drive and a base hit into right by Joyce. Kotchman turns second, but hangs on right there. So Joyce a base hit off the lefty.
And when you know a guy's going good, when he's quick with his hands, Matt Joyce, this is a fastball that's up in the zone, running in towards him, and watch him pull the hands through. Pulls the hands through, gets the head out. You see Przinski wants that ball away. He's reaching back across the plate. This ball's up, and Matt Joyce gets on top of it, shoots it out into right field.
You know, Joyce has had a good homestand. He was 3 for 4 against the Twins on the 14th. The next day, 3 for 4. Followed that up with a 2 for 4. He was 2 for 4 last night, and has a base hit against the lefty. First time up here tonight. Brignac, that little uppercut again.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a challenge for Reed.
That's something that he is ingrained in his hitting mechanics, and he's, you see when he makes the adjustment and stays more on a straight plane with his swing, he's much more successful. But then you'll start to see him regress a little bit, and that bat will start to flip up a little bit more and more.
And I thought last year was really amazing, because the first half of last year he hit well and worked down through the ball. He had a great approach. And then in the second half, we saw a lot of that right there, that uppercut.
That ball gets into the zone and out real quick. It doesn't stay on the same plane.
And he lifts a fly ball into left. Juan Pierre is there. 2 gone with the runner still at first and second. I guess a lot of that, you know, I mean, it's the same way in a, you know, it's hard to really compare and contrast it, but you know, guys who have a golf swing or amateur guys, and they have a tennis stroke, how difficult it is to repeat the proper mechanics of that. And so even a professional and a guy who's as talented as Reed Brignac, he has trouble. His body memory is that uppercut approach.
That's where it's reps. It's work every day. You just got to continue to work until you basically teach your mind, teach your body the right swing mechanics. And, and until you get to that point, it will be a constant struggle. It'll be a tweak here and a tweak there and extra work and something that he will have to stay on top of.
1-0 the count to Sam Fuld. There's a shot up the right side, but it's going to hook foul beyond the bullpen. The count is 1-1. Well, he was atop the American League at hitting, but now he's second to Myceris Torres. How about that? When spring training started, if you'd said, well, Alex Rodriguez is pretty good, but he's not going to be ahead of Myceris Torres or Sam Fuld.
And you would have said what? In
what a
pinch
great
run?
game. Yeah,
pinch
really.
running appearances?
Exactly.
He probably wouldn't be.
2-1 the count to Sam. And he's under it, pops it up. Foul ball right side. Konerko's after it, making a call, comes back and grabs it to retire the side. No runs, a couple hits. 2 men left, and at the end of 2, 1-0 Rays.
Out swinging a bat as he is getting ready to go on a rehab assignment, guys. And again today, more non-baseball related activities. He was supposed to take dry swings of the fungo, and here he is taking grounders before the game. Also, when J.P. Howe was out throwing his live BP session, Longoria was running around the bases trying to keep the legs fresh. He's going to travel with the team on the road, and then at that point he's going to go on a rehab assignment in the minor leagues. Joe Madden thinks 15 to 20 at-bats would be sufficient for Longoria to come back. So maybe not at the beginning of next homestand, but certainly at some point in the next homestand we might see number 3 back in the lineup, guys.
All right, thank you for the update. It was great to see him running the bases, and great to see J.P. Howell throw some BP. Had a couple of hitters in there, and pitch off the mound out here. There's ball 3. Pretty close pitch to Alexi Ramirez. It's 3-0. Shields with 2 innings under his belt, now at 1,000 big league innings. And he walks Ramirez. We hope to be able to spend some time with JP tomorrow here in the booth during the progress of the game. And there's JP throwing off the mound here at Tropicana Field earlier today.
Boy, there's nothing like getting back out there facing hitters, even if it is just live batting practice for J.P. Howell. A huge step. You can see everybody how excited they are for him. He's closing in on that return date, at least getting out on a rehab assignment.
Here's Mark Tian. And a strike. That pitch in the upper reaches of the zone. There's J.P. Howell. Yeah, he said when the season started, he said up until then, he was as patient as he expected that he could be. But when the season started, it's a little different. You start to get a little antsy.
Well, after missing basically all of last year and then working hard through the winter, and then you get, yeah, you're right, this is another season going by. He's like, enough of this. Time to go play some baseball.
2 strikes to count to Tien. Tap, roller foul, holds the count right there. 2 strikes. Walk to Ramirez. Shields with 1,000 innings. I think next on the Rays innings pitch list comes Scott Kazmir with 834. And how about that development with the Angels? He's actually back home in Houston trying to work out some delivery issues that he's had. Swing and a miss. Tien out on strikes, missing the changeup. 3rd strikeout for Shields. We mentioned JP will be with us tomorrow during the telecast, and tomorrow is another Web Wednesday. You can submit questions by going to foxsportsflorida.com and clicking on the Rays link. And of course, JP will be in the booth with us, so you might have a question or two for him. All coming up tomorrow on Web Wednesday. Here's Juan Pierre. Fly ball toward the line and right. Can Joyce get there? He does! Matt Joyce, a fine diving catch, running a straight line toward the foul line. Well, another great play turned in by the Rays. That's the first one of the night. They had about a half dozen last night, and it's becoming a nightly occurrence.
Well, Matt Joyce having to run a long way. This ball hanging up there for a while. He gets out, gets extension. Watch this reaction. Him just very calmly telling everybody, hey, 2 outs, let's get back to work. Professional.
Well, that's how routine these great plays are now for the Rays defense. Pitchers have come to expect them on a regular basis. Here's Gordon Beckham. And a first pitch in there for a strike. You know, you never know where a baseball season is going to end up. 162 games, a lot of games. But there aren't any teams playing more exciting baseball than this. And that's been the case here for a long time with this club. The quality of baseball they play is very entertaining. And it's a let's go get it type of game. Wave and a miss. Breaking ball 0-2. And here's another look at the catch by Matt Joyce.
Matt Joyce, eyes on the ball, right near the line. Makes a nice catch. Well, that ball, depending on how it kicks, that may have scored a run. At best, you're looking at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out.
Runner goes, pitches high, and the throw gonna get him. He is out of there. Shopik cuts down Ramirez, and that will retire the side. Ramirez caught trying to steal second as Shopik unloads. 1-0 Rays, middle of the 3rd. Matt Joyce, a great catch in the outfield. We go to the home half of the third. First pitch into Ben Zobrist is a strike. A little late action on that, but boy, Joyce has had a very good week at the plate and in the field. Swing and a miss. You know, sometimes I think, especially with young players, but even with veteran players, you get a nice stretch going. There's a confidence factor that affects the quality of your game. And you can see there's some confidence building in Matt Joyce.
That's really in any sport, Dwayne. And you see Ben Zobrist going down. Good cut fastball there by John Danks.
So here's our first out.
And here's our checkers double of the game. A couple of good defensive plays. Matt Joyce to the line, outstretched. What a catch. And then Kelly Shopik, a good pitch to handle. Gets rid of it quick. Plenty of time to get Alexi Ramirez.
Sean Rodriguez takes a fastball for a strike.
Doing a couple of things well, as Matt Joyce has done. But yeah, I mean, he's getting regular playing time. It's not a start and stop. I mean, he's out there, out in right field, you know, all the time now. And so he's had some success. You start to build some confidence. You're playing every day. You're able to stay in your rhythm. You know your name's going to be in the lineup.
You know, that
starts to snowball.
Those are difficult situations for managers and for players. You know, and every player will tell you, hey, if you want me to play well, I've got to pitch almost every day, or I've got to pitch regularly in the rotation, or I've got to get my 4 at bats every day, and I've got to play in the field every day. And it's difficult. It's almost like which comes first, the chicken or the egg, when a manager is trying to maximize production from his team, and a player is saying, give me a chance. You know, Sean Rodriguez is like that against right-handed pitching. He says, I want to try to hit right-handed pitching, and if you only see it every once in a while, it's going to be a lot tougher than if you maybe suffer through one right-hander after another. But if you see enough of it, maybe you learn to hit it.
Yeah, well, I agree with that. I would say one thing that benefits these Rays players that is if somebody can show a couple of days of some good at-bats and some production.
A shot into left center field, in and out of the mid of Rios. Rodriguez headed second, standing up. Well, that ball pretty well hit, but Rios got over there and had it pop right out of his glove.
Yeah, that's a play that has to be made. Rios will be the first one to tell you that. Didn't even have to reach that far. You don't want to say routine, but when you get to that point right here, the ball just rattles around in the glove. Those outfielders' glove, they're big, and towards the end, it's tough to squeeze them. They get floppy.
So that's going to be a double. They're giving Rodriguez a 2-base hit on that, his second of the year.
But if someone in this lineup, anybody really, you start to show some production, some signs of life, this team is searching for offense, has been searching for offense. So you got a better chance of being out there. If you're swinging a hot bat, maybe Joe takes a chance and throws you out there against the righty when you normally are on the bench.
It's Felipe Lopez. Lopez chops it down to third, picked up, and the toss across, tee into Konerko. Rodriguez hangs on at second base, and I think really going forward now with this team, you know, the pitching's been pretty good, the bullpen's been good, defense has been outstanding, which complements your pitching. And going forward, offense will be the challenge for Joe Maddon to try to put together a lineup. And we know he can certainly change lineups and play to the matchup, and sometimes go against what seems to be obvious, as he says he'll look beyond the basic matchup. There's a strike to B.J. Upton, and that's going to be the challenge for this team, I think, how they can manufacture offense.
Well, you don't have those 3 or 4 names in the middle of a lineup that you're going to pencil in every single night and watch them bop the ball around during the course of a year. 25, 30 home runs, drive in, 90, 110, that range. He doesn't have that kind of an offense. About the only guys you go down through the middle of the order that you know where he's going to be in, night out, is on the disabled list right now, and that's Evan Longoria. Outside of that, it's a puzzle. Pick the right pieces, Joe. That's what it is.
2 strikes to BJ. He takes it low. 1-2. Two and two. A run, 4 hits for the Rays. No runs, 1 hit for the Chicago White Sox. Rays scored first in only 2 of their first 14 games, and now they've done it in their last 3. BJ takes that pitch a little inside. And the count is full. Vic Carapazza is calling the balls and strikes. Vic Carapazza. Brian Knight at first, Jerry Meals second. He's the crew chief. Hunter Wendelstedt's down at third. There's a long fly ball down the left side, foul. Rodriguez was on the move on that 3-2 pitch at second base. And BJ hit it a long way foul down the left side. Rodriguez and Foley a little conversation before Sean heads back to second.
Well, John Dang's coming with the cutter. He gets it just on the inside part of the plate. BJ gets the bat head to it, but if you throw that pitch in the right spot, tough to keep fair.
And BJ takes strike 3. Off speed, got him looking. We're through 3, and the Rays lead 1-0. Presented by AT TBA, who has the highest batting average in Rays history through April 18th. Sam Fuld out there started the day leading the American League in hitting, so he would have to be in the running.
You would think.
But is he the guy? And there's a strike to Beckham starting the 4th inning.
I'm going to say it's too obvious. I think they're leading you down that little path, and then they're going to throw some random name out.
Yeah, it's like the SATs. You know, all of those questions. High, popper, short, center, and Upton is there to make the catch. You take those tests and you go, boy, this is the obvious answer, and then you go, well, I'm not sure. Look, it could be this one.
Hey, listen, by the 8th time I took it, it was pretty easy.
Hey, practice makes perfect.
Hey, you know what? It's all for the scholarship, baby.
Here's Adam Dunn. Struck out his first time. And he takes a soft strike. Breaking ball. Rays with a run in the first, and that's been all the offense so far. This one is foul. 0-2. Shift on here for the big left-handed hitter.
Got a chance to bury that changeup once again. 0-2. He will swing at it.
He tried to come from the backside that time.
Tried the backdoor cutter. Just off.
A little bounding ball to first. Kotchman's got that one. So he had him out in front. Got the little bouncing ball to first off the changeup.
Well, James Shields has shown a very good changeup so far through the early innings. So hitter like Adam Dunn, he struck him out on it in his first at bat. Keep attacking him with it until you see him make the adjustment. And that may have been the adjustment. He put it in play.
2 away for Paul Konerko. This one is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Boy, when you see all the pitches that Shields has, you know, he's still just 29 years old. He's the veteran of this rotation. 2-0. But boy, what a selection of pitches he has, and to integrate them properly would be a tough day for hitters.
Yeah, and that's the key for Shields on a night in, night out basis when he takes the mound.
Ground ball shortstop. Brindiak's right there. Reach throw in time, and it's a 1-2-3-4. Home half of the inning coming. 1-0 Tampa Bay. That's style right there. Kotchman, Shopik, and then Joyce against John Danks. Rays picked up their run in the first. A triple by Zobrist and a ground ball by Lopez got the run home. Kotchman had an infield hit his first time, and he takes the pitch for a strike. Fouls it, a little piece of that one. 0-2. John Danks, see the pitch count. A strike to non-strike breakout. And it's a little low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. tap. That's going to be fouled. The changeup had Casey out in front.
Just trying to protect. That's all you can do in a pitch like that. Down on the count 1-2. Guy throws you a really good changeup. You start to swing and realize you're not going to be able to drive it, hit the ball hard. Just foul it off.
Little tap by the mound toward the middle. Ramirez turns completely around, and how about that? Base hit for Kotchman. Casey does not have the greatest of speed. In fact, he'll just tell you he's slow, but he has 2 infield hits tonight. How about that?
Casey Kotchman getting that chopper by John Danks, and Alexi Ramirez having to come all the way across from the shortstop position. Spin and throw. That's too far. Casey Kotchman was able to beat it.
So there's a leadoff base hit. It's 2 hits, and all of a sudden he's at .333 with that average. 5 out of 15. Shopik fouls it.
2 infield hits. Joe may send it. He's trying to create that offense.
That's right.
Hit and run with him and Shopik.
Hey, he's finding another way. Yeah, that would be great. That would really defy. That would defy all the baseball odds of all time. So he'll probably do it.
Right. He's been known.
There's a little tap and a foul ball. I tell you who also was known to do something like that, and that's Don Zimmer, the Rays senior advisor. And you know, Zim is in uniform most nights here, and then goes to the stands and watches the game. But he would think outside the box like that. Saw him put a hit and run on with the bases loaded and Manny Trio at the plate one night. Hey there, how about that? A combination of Lou Piniella and Don Zimmer. A little tap to short. Ramirez goes to Beckham, and he just couldn't get the ball out of his glove, and Shopik reaches on a fielder's choice with Casey forced at second base. Let's get the answer to our AT&T trivia question while we have a moment. Sam Fuld off to a great start. Who has the highest batting average in Rays history through April 18th? And that answer would be Fred McGriff. The inaugural season, he was hitting 400 in 1998 on that date. Sam came in hitting 396. Matt Joyce takes a rip at a fastball, fouling it. Strike 1. How about this list? Full second, Rocco Baldelli, Steve Cox, and Greg Vaughn. Pretty good starts right there. It's a pretty good list. Sam's second on that. 1-1 the count to Matt Joyce. Joyce lined a base hit into right his first time. There goes Shopik, and a little foul ball. It's 1-2. Well,
we're getting close.
We are getting close. You know, we checked Kotchman. Kotchman has 9 career steals. So maybe he's maligned for that. He does have 9 steals.
I think he's a sandbagger. Talking about how
yeah.
his speed, 2 infield hits. He does have some stolen bases.
And Joyce out on strikes. That pitch cutting away from him.
Yeah, John Danks with that cutter. When he keeps that elevated, it's a true cutter. It moves on the same plane, maybe 6-8 inches. When he throws it down in the zone, it almost acts like a hard slider. Gets a little bit more depth to it. And you see that just duck away from the end of Matt Joyce's bat.
And he starts Brignac with a strike. That fastball right there was clocked at 93, so he's plenty good with the fastball. A little broken bat hopper towards second. Beckham's throw to first retires the side. No runs, a hit with a man left. We go to inning 5. Rays lead 1-0. Of Rays baseball this year with your family, friends, and co-workers. 2011 group party areas and suites still available. Reserve your exclusive area by calling 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com. Always more fun at a group here at Tropicana Field. We go to the 5th, and James Shields set to face Carlos Quentin, Alex Rios, and then A.J. Przinsky. Strike one. Takes a little stroll around. He's not altogether happy about that call.
And I thought that curveball was, he started it up and in on Carlos and dropped it in top of the strike zone. Carlos would beg to differ.
He fouls it back. Well, we have seen so far tonight that Carapazza likes the upper reaches of the strike zone. He is calling that strike zone up there.
He has been consistently calling that. His corner to corner has varied. Sometimes pitchers are getting it, sometimes they're not.
Fastball up and in. 1-2.
And that's where it gets frustrating, because you'd like to know where a safe spot to go would be to get a strike. And when it's a coin flip, it doesn't do a whole lot for you out there mentally.
Fastball up. 2-2.
Apparently that was just above the top of the strike zone.
That's it. So we know the limit now.
Yeah.
We know the limit how high you can go or not go. Liner down the left side, just fair. Fold will play the carom. Quentin digs for second. That's a leadoff double. That's the first hit for the White Sox since Beckham's one-out single in the first.
And Carlos Quentin's been pounding out doubles all season long, leading the league. He gets a changeup here, but that pitch stayed elevated middle of the plate. So even though he was out in front, he was able to hit it with the barrel and keep it just fair.
So the White Sox have their first scoring opportunity, the leadoff double. Here's Rios. And a strike call.
And there was that pitch off the corner. Sometimes James Shield is getting that, sometimes he's not. ball darted in. Looked like it was in off the plate, but he gets the call.
The fastball fouled back 0-2. Shields and Danks hooked up in this one. Rays winners last night 5-0. Danks. Shopik and Shields get together before he makes an 0-2 pitch to Rios.
Well, and Shields was the one that did all the talking there. Very quickly told Kelly Shopik exactly the pitch that he wants to throw. No hesitation.
Oh my, that was very close right there.
That was a front door cutter. 87 miles an hour, trying to start at Adam and cut it across the corner. Right in the same spot as a pitch that was called a strike earlier in the at-bat.
Ground ball charged by Brignac. Throw to first. The runner remains at second. And Rios out on the ground ball. So he gets a big out following the leadoff double. And now A.J. Pierzynski. Pierzynski 0 for 1. Ground ball headed toward the middle. It's through into center field. Quentin on his way to the plate. He's going to score. And Pierzynski drives in the run. And I'll tell you something right here. Brignac isn't moving all that well right now. He did not get a good jump on that. And I think his right hip or leg is an issue at the moment. Sometimes it's just a little cramp or something.
It could be. And you know, to his credit, he is shaded up the middle. Now this ball's on the second base side. And he's not able to get there, not able to get anywhere near it.
So it's an RBI single, and it was up the middle, and this is nothing disparaging about Brignac here. I just saw him after that throw he made to first, and his reaction out there in the field. Fly ball to center by Alexei Ramirez, caught by Upton. That'll be the second out. And maybe that's just, you know, something we all get those. I mean, I find I get them more now than I used to.
A little bit more. Well, you know, that ground ball, when he came in to field it, he kind of had to stop, and he got flat-footed. So his throw looked awkward, and that's what led to the low throw where Kotchman had to kind of go out and get it. So it was an awkward throw, but I thought it was more because of the way he fielded the ball. He kind of got caught in between the hops.
Yeah, and I just saw him after that. I saw he was doing some neat, deep bends out there, and he was kind of shaking that right leg around a little bit. There's a strike to Tien.
Maybe he was just getting his groove on.
Could be. I mean, he might have, you know, that beat all into himself in his head. You know, a little rhythm going on. A little popper back at third. That's a foul ball caught by Rodriguez to retire the side. A run scores. We go to the bottom of the fifth. We're tied 1-1. On the Rays scored first on the Ben Zobrist triple in the first inning off John Danks. He scored on the ground ball. Felipe Lopez got the RBI. More great defensive work by the Rays. This one turned in on Juan Pierre in the third by Matt Joyce. And the base hit up the middle. In the top half of the fifth by A.J. Przinsky scores Carlos Quentin to tie it. Top of the order in there for the Rays to begin the bottom of the fifth. Sam Full takes a strike. A little tap out towards second base. Beckham fields it cleanly and makes the throw on the run. So Sam is 0 for 3, the first out here in the fifth inning. They're in the top of the third in Toronto, the Yankees and the Blue Jays. And it's 2-1 New York. That's Burnett against Drabek. And Bautista's hit his 4th home run of the year for the Blue Jays. Here's Zobrist. Ground ball. That's through. Base hit into left. Another fastball. And Ben is aboard. Boy, you throw him that first pitch fastball, he's ready.
Ben Zobrist can handle the fastball and want this ball in. Kind of tails back. He's able to pull the hands in, hit it hard. Yeah, you're not going to sneak many of those by him in the strike zone early in the count. Actually, any time in the count. He's always hunting fastball.
So Ben is 2 for 3 tonight. Sean Rodriguez. Sean's been hit by a pitch and is doubled. The pitch is inside. Ball, no strikes. Zobrist back in. Rodriguez came into the game hitting over 300 off lefties. Now 4 out of 9 lifetime against John Danks. Rodriguez missed that one as it came in toward him. 1-1. Rays started play tonight, tied for second in the East. With a record of 7-9, winning 6 out of their last 7. And the White Sox 7-9. They've lost 5 in a row.
And been anemic in doing so.
Yep.
Scoring just over 2 runs a game. In fact, they've scored just over 2 runs a game and have had none of those 5 games where they've had double-digit hits. Their opponents have had double-digit hits in every single one of them.
Yep.
Not getting it done on the hitting end or the pitching end at this point.
It's wide. 2-1. That last pitch, a changeup that was way up and wide.
Sometimes you get so worried about the runner over there. John Danks is quick to the plate anyway. He's got that little slide step, but you can even rush a slide step. He's thrown over multiple times against Ben Zobrist, so you start to get thinking, quick to the plate, slide step. You go a little bit too fast, and you'll leave pitches up and then out over the plate.
And now that one is down and in. 3 balls and a strike. Zobrist at first. And the 3-1 pitch is a strike. The fastball caught the zone.
There it is, right on the outside corner.
Sometimes you get that call and sometimes you don't. There goes the runner. The pitch shot toward the gap. Into right center. Extra bases for Rodriguez. Zobrist hitting third. He will score. Sean's on his way to third. The throw is not in time. Rays retake the lead on the triple by Sean Rodriguez. 2-1 ball game.
Well, nothing surprising about this. A full count fastball catches a lot of the plate. Sean Rodriguez, nice job of waiting on that pitch and driving it out into right center. Ben Zobrist was already in motion, so he's going to score easily. Only plays with Rodriguez at third, and he beats that. Here you go. A little late with the tag.
That's his third triple of the year already.
Another byproduct of contact and out of the box in a hurry. Always looking to go the extra base.
Infield in, and a wave and a miss at the changeup by Lopez. Way out in front there. Searching for the fastball.
Well, you know the hitter is going to be very aggressive in this situation. Those hitters, they see the infield pulled in and they think, wow, I could pop one through that infield pretty quick. And even if I don't, fly ball to the outfield, I still get a sacrifice fly and an RBI.
It's away. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Rays led 1-0. Game was tied at 1, and now the Rays have regained the lead 2-1. Long time by Danks with that man at third, and the Rays grabbing the lead. Ground ball to third. Tien looks the runner in, and the throw's in time. So Rodriguez still at third base, and it's time to take a quick look at the Rays schedule, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. 6:40 start time tomorrow, and again Thursday. Then the Rays hit the road to Toronto and Minnesota. Back here on the 29th against the Angels. Just as we look forward to the upcoming Rays schedule, you can live forward with Just for Men Hair Color. The Rays trying to pick up this additional run, and it's going to be up to B.J. Upton. B.J. with 2 strikeouts. Caught looking the last time on a changeup, struck out swinging in the first. Pitch inside, 1-0. Fly lifted back into center. That will carry to Rios. Not overly deep, but he makes the catch. Side is out, but the Rays grab the lead. The 3-base hit by Sean Rodriguez scores Ben Zobrist. We are through 5, 2-1 Rays.
Pitcher strike out 10 batters in a home game. You can take your ticket stub to any Cane's Furniture store and get a coupon for a free Papa John's pizza. And guys, no one knows that better than Ozzie Guillen. Ozzie said, every time the White Sox come to town, I never remember leaving town without giving away free pizza. He said everybody in Tampa Bay must love us because they get fat and happy on the free pizza. He thinks he should be on the Rays payroll. He said, I'm wonderful for their marketing ploy. Whenever the White Sox come into town, free pizza for everyone. It could be a little tough today with only 3 so far, but they hit that last night with David Price and Joel Peralta. And Ozzie, all too well aware of it, guys.
Yeah, that's just the kind of guy Ozzie is. He's very giving. And so all those strikeouts leading to pizza for everybody last night. Counts 1-1 to Juan Pierre, who's trying to bunt his way on here on that last pitch and fouled it. David Price had 9 strikeouts in 8 innings, and Peralta had an additional 2 in his inning. And a strike. It's 1-2. Pierre out of Louisiana is actually born in Mobile, Alabama, but his family has been from Louisiana for years. That's a foul ball, and wound up going to school at the University of South Alabama. Signed with the Rockies. Beckham next, and then Dunn. And there is strike 3 call. It started a little wide and found the strike zone as it cut over.
Now Shields bound and determined to get this pitch to work. Backdoor cutter right there. Shopik does not move the glove, wraps it right around outside corner, and is too close to take.
And the pitch to Beckham is a strike. Cut. Beckham missing that one. 0-2.
Good curveball by Shields. He follows the first one up with an even better one. See this swing. Beckham pulling way off that pitch out over the top.
And a cut to miss. He got Beckham to chase the curveball. So back-to-back strikeouts. Well, maybe Todd's report has inspired Shields, who with 2 strikeouts now runs the total up to 5.
Well, he went curveball, another better curveball, and then this one for the strikeout. You see the drop on that, keeps it in the dirt. James Shields out there dropping deuces.
Adam Dunn. Hey, there's another one. Dropped another one. There's a strike on that curveball. Swing and a miss. 0-2. He strikes out the side. 6 strikeouts on the night. He gets Pierre looking on the cutter. Beckham chasing the breaking ball and Dunn looking. Sixth in the game tonight and all season long. Tires Plus donates $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. First pitch to Kotchman is foul. Well, that was quite an exhibition put on by Shields in the top half of the sixth. He threw a first pitch out of the strike zone to Juan Pierre, and then 10 straight strikes after that. 10 of the 11 pitches in the inning strikes, and he strikes out the side.
And about as high a quality strike as you can imagine, those 10.
There's a strike to Kotchman. 1-2. Casey, a couple of infield hits. Upstairs, Kotchman has just dared the shortstop Ramirez to throw him out twice tonight. And a foul back. Fastball from Danks. Baltimore leads Minnesota 3-0. That game's in the top of the fourth. The Orioles coming in have lost 8 straight. High fly ball into right center field. Carlos Quentin is there. So they retire Casey Kotchman for the first time.
Hey, fans, get in on the action with exclusive on-field seating in the Papa John's bullpen box. Available dates are going fast, so act now to make your private group reservation behind the Rays bullpen by calling 888-FAN-RAYS, or you can go online and do it at raysbaseball.com.
There's Kelly Shopik. That's foul. Strike one. Kelly 0 for 2. Stairs, it's 1-1. White Sox beginning an extended road trip. They lost 5 in a row and 6 out of 7, and this is the first stop on an 11-game road trip. They have 3 in Detroit and 4 in New York following the series here against the Rays.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier for Ozzie Guillen's club.
Shopik hit by the pitch. So Kelly is aboard.
Well, usually when you throw a fastball like that, gets behind a guy, there's a good reason for it. Not sure what that was all about, but John Danks' command has not been that poor.
Here's Matt Joyce. A strike. Well, if there was something behind it, he tried to sell it as otherwise.
Yeah.
He acted a little disgusted with himself.
This could be one of those pitches that you yank, but he hasn't missed that bad.
One strike to count. One and one. Over to first, another move on Shopik. Now Danks pays a lot of attention to the Rays catcher over at first base, who, by the way, has never attempted a stolen base of any kind in his career. Pitch inside. 2-1. I think he did steal one this spring. In fact, we might have done that game, but during the regular season, he's much too timid trying to steal a base.
He leaves his running game in spring training.
He was just trying to get his legs in shape there. Swing, gonna miss.
I will say this, though. You know, left-handed pitchers that have pretty good moves. The fastball Matt Joyce just pulls off of. You know, sometimes the easiest guys to pick off are the guys that you know are not going to run, because they know that they're not going to run, so they get kind of lazy over there, and they figure, look, he knows I'm not stealing. I'm going to take my lead. I'm going to get flat-footed and heavy-legged, and I'm going to stand here. And sometimes those are the easiest guys to pick off because they get lazy.
A little bit up with that pitch, and the count is full. He's paid so much attention to Shopping that now he has a full count on Joyce.
It's all about dividing the pitcher's mind.
That's it. Joyce taps one foul.
You know, John Danks did this in the last game against the Rays. He was cruising right along, got into the later innings, and all of a sudden everything came apart on it.
Now the Rays got 4 runs off him in 6+ innings.
And those first 6, he was dynamite.
And again, a move to first on Shopping.
Well, he's already had more pickoff attempts at him right in this sequence than his entire career.
To put him on base. I mean, he hit him. So,
yeah, I do not get this.
And a foul again, a little tap.
Obviously trying to take advantage of, you know, 1 out, maybe moving on the pitch, catch a guy leaving a little bit too early. First move off a lefty, but never seen Kelly Shopping attract this kind of attention over at first base.
And a ground ball down to first. Cadarco steps on the bag and throws to second. And Shopping is tagged out there by Ramirez, the shortstop, on a 3-6 double play. That retires the side. Ball game at the end of 6. The Rays lead 2-1. To you by your local Southern Ford dealers. Tires Plus. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus. And by Checkers. Feast on. Welcome back to Tropicana Field. Game 2 of the 4-game series here between the Rays and the White Sox. Brian Anderson and Todd Callis, Dwayne Stats with you. Appreciate you looking in tonight. James Shields has been very good, allowing a run on 3 hits. He has 6 strikeouts. Neither pitcher tonight has had a single inning with as many as 20 pitches in it. First pitch to Paul Konerko is a strike. Shields had 19 pitches in the first, but then went right to work. 8 pitches, 12 pitches, 9, 13, 11 in the sixth, 10 of which were strikes when he struck out the side. 1-1. That's pretty good efficiency. 10 of 11 pitches for strikes and 3 strikeouts in the inning. And now Konerko is hit by a pitch. Put the leadoff man on base.
20, Carlos Quentin.
Well, Shields running that fastball up and in. Gets him right on the back forearm. Right forearm. See that deflection down.
Now Carlos Quentin. Quentin doubled in the fifth to open the inning and scored a run. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Did a changeup down the left field line, and Shields starts him with a breaking ball this time. One ball, one strike.
When you see right there why Carlos Quentin gets plunked so many times. That fastball coming out of Shields' hand, and he's already starting to dive into the plate.
Yeah, and that's been the case with him even back when he was a college hitter.
Yeah.
You know, he'd get right on that plate and not afraid to be hit by a pitch.
Lean right out over it. And like you said, he's right on top of the plate anyway.
Cut to miss. Fastball. And the count is 1-2.
Well, if you're going to attack Carlos Quentin with the fastball, you want it above the hands if you keep it close to him. You see that right there, ties him up. Awkward swing. See that trying to pull the hands in. That's not the big powerful swing we're used to seeing from Quentin. Good pitch location by Shields.
Upstairs, Quentin was hit 20 times last year, hit by a pitch, which was second in the league only to his teammate Juan Pierre, who was hit 21 times. Count square, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Quentin out of Stanford University. Swing and a miss. Stepped on it first. Got it. How about that? A strikeout of Quentin, and Shopik down to Kotchman to pick off Konerko. That eliminates that leadoff man hit by a pitch, and Shopik cuts down Konerko.
Well, after he got the first fastball above his hands, he went right back. Got the strikeout. And when Konerko decides to not slide, middle of the plate up, swings right through it, and then quick transition, good throw, catches Konerko napping.
And a good tag by Kotchman. Brian Knight, the umpire, right there on the call. One hot shot, one hop. Renyak makes the play, and the throw to Kotchman. Rios is out of there. Top half of the 7th is complete. 7th inning stretch time, and the Rays lead 2-1. And then the White Sox tied it with a run in the 5th. And a triple by Sean Rodriguez in the bottom of the 5th, giving the Rays the 2-1 lead. Reed Brignac will open it. Danks at 93 pitches. He made 18 in the 6th. Reed Brignac, and the pitch is a strike. Reed 0 for 2. Sam Fold, and then Ben Zobrist due up the left side, and that's a foul ball down in front of Jesse Crain, the right-hander who's throwing in the bullpen for the White Sox. Ground ball headed to Ramirez, the shortstop. Throw to Konerko. Well, here's tonight's Auto-Way poll question. Who do you think will lead the Rays in hits this year? TB1, Sam Fold. TB2, Evan Longoria. 3 is Johnny Damon. 4 is Ben Zobrist. And TB5 is BJ Upton. Text your vote to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply. Fold shortens on the bat, and that brings Tian in a bit at third base. Well, the Rays have had men on base in every inning, and they've left men on base in every inning except the 6th. A ball and a strike. Bull lifts it into left center field. Pierre cutting over there on the run, reaches up and makes the catch in front of the sliding Rios, who managed to work his way behind Pierre.
Yeah, you were wondering when that ball hung up there who was going to take charge. Both of those guys running after it. This ball gets flipped out. Watch the angles they take. Who's going to get it? Last minute, Juan Pierre and Alex Rios goes to the knees and slides by. I don't think he hurt him until he was right on top of him.
Ben Zobrist. Pitch is a breaking ball in for a strike. Zobrist with a triple and a single and 2 runs scored. Pitch away. A pop foul backing out of play. 1-2. Danks a little over 100 pitches now. Stays away with the change, and it's 2-2.
Those last couple of changeups from John Danks, he's really pulled off of them.
And again, changeup down and away. No fastballs in this sequence.
No, he's been hurt on the fastball with Ben Zobrist. So he wants to get him with that changeup, but he's taking that front side and pulling out of there too quick.
And he comes back with another one and strikes him out. So that retires the side. On to the 8th, 2-1 Rays.
continue to lead the White Sox 2-1. For all the latest news, in-depth investigative reporting, and sports coverage, sign up for the St. Petersburg Times. And for home delivery, call 877-THE TIMES.
Well, there was some fun going on while you were taking care of business there. I just noticed some of the shots that we had. A lot of fun here in the stands. James Shields has been very good for the Rays through 7. He's made only 81 pitches. And A.J. Przinsky, who drove in a run in the 5th, leads it off. Bouncing one foul. That's a strike. Shields only one 3-ball count since Pierre led off the game, went 3-2, and hit a fly ball to center. And that other was the 4-pitch walk to Alexi Ramirez in the 3rd inning, the only walk given up by Shields. 1-1 to count to Przinsky. And it's 1-2.
And Dwayne, what observation did you make early in the ball game? James Shields came out and was attacking with the fastball, establishing the fastball. As he's moved into the mid, now the later innings, going to the breaking stuff, the changeup, the cutters, really keeping these guys off balance, and it was all set up by the early fastballs.
And a little tap foul. He had the off-speed breaking ball to Przinsky and had him out front. Well, he has all of the pitches that a pitcher needs.
It's about finding the right mix on a given night.
Yep.
And making sure that when you move from one pitch to the other that you set it up properly. Because you're right, he's got all the weapons. Apparently a new one.
Yeah.
Little sidearm cutter from James Shields. Made that one up. How about this? Haven't seen this one from him before. A little drop down.
And a pop fly back into center field. AJ takes care of that, and he had Przinsky out in front. His power spent when he made contact with that one.
Now he was good. Change up, climbing the ladder with Quentin a couple of times. Working in the backdoor cutter. Dropping the curveball in there. He's had it all going. Good mix, but better location, and these pitches have all been well set up.
That's a strike to Alexi Ramirez.
And that changeup has been very good with the arm speed. Sometimes it looks like he's humping up for a 4-seam fastball. That's how good the arm speed's been on that pitch.
1-1. 2-7-0 for the Rays, 1-3-0 for the White Sox. Two and one. Ramirez getting time from the plate umpire. Fly ball, center field. Upton coming in for this one. 2 up, 2 down.
Now that shows you the late life on Shields' pitches tonight. That was a pitch, the location was not great. And Alexi Ramirez, who can hit a fastball, but the late life on it, darts in, ends up getting it off the label and not off the barrel. Just missed the barrel. Here's a fastball. That catches a lot of plate. Alexi Ramirez gets underneath it, and it's off the label. Just that little late movement at the end.
Tian takes one up a bit, a breaking ball up there. Tian came into the game 10 out of 26 with a couple home runs lifetime off Shields, and taps this one to the right side. Zobrist after it. The toss to first takes care of him. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 Tampa Bay. 2-1 lead here tonight at Tropicana Field. The Mosaic Company and the Rays working together to end hunger through home runs for food. With each Rays home run, Mosaic donates $500 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. So far, $7,000 has been donated. New pitcher for the Chicago White Sox, right-hander Jesse Crane. He's on for the 7th time, 0-1 with a .216 earned run mark.
They've been one of the bright spots coming out of that Chicago bullpen for manager Ozzie Guillen. Right now, Jesse Crane and Sergio Santos, the guys who are throwing the ball well.
Sean Rodriguez takes the first pitch high. Sean's been hit by a pitch, and since then has collected a double and a triple. Swing and a miss. Fastball right there. Crane was in 71 games with Minnesota last year, an earned run average of a little over 3. It's high. 2-1. In 08, he had rotator cuff surgery and a tear in there. The pop fly right side. After it is Konerko, and he has a play making the catch right in front of the railing. The Crane has come back from that surgery throwing as well as he ever did. Signed a 3-year deal this past winter with the White Sox. He really finished strong last year for the Twins. The second half of the season, he held opponents' average to about 170.
Well, he's got good stuff, and you see he's got that short arm action.
Lopez takes a strike. Felipe hitting left-handed this time with the right-hander out there.
He pulls the ball out of that glove, keeps it almost shoulder high right behind his body. See it right there, and then here it comes.
1-1.
Tough to pick up. Where does it lead?
That's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Upstairs, 2-2. There are some healthy arms in this Chicago bullpen, that's for sure. Crane being one. Chris Sale is throwing in the bullpen another one. Thornton, for all the trouble he's had, throws hard. Santos, very hard. With ball 3 down, the count is full. They've had their share of problems lately in the White Sox bullpen. And a cut and a miss. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, Rays fans, you can't fight this feeling. You don't want to miss REO Speedwagon and the Rays Summer Concert Series presented by Hess Express on Saturday, April the 30th, after the Rays host the Angels. Visit RaysBaseball.com for more information on the concert series and Rays Saturday nights presented by Bright House Sports Network. I will be loving it when that concert's over.
Swing and a miss by B.J. Upton. That fastball got up there in the mid-90s. Upton is 2 of 3 lifetime against Crane. Sends a high fly ball to center field. Rios is there making the grab. It's a 1-2-3-8. Well, let's go to the 9th inning, shall we? 2-1 Tampa Bay.
James Shields has been very good. He's had it all working. He's in one of those zones, just picking the right pitches and executing all of them. The changeup, the curveball's been a big part of it. Backdoor cutter. He's been aggressive with the fastball.
Well, he faces the top of the order. Here's Juan Pierre. And the first pitch in the ninth is a strike, and he's thrown a lot of those tonight.
Now, you can see his body language, too. He smells it. He knows he's dialed in right now.
Strike two. It's a little breaking ball on the inner part of the plate.
Yeah, there was nothing little about that one. That was a nice curveball with some good snap at the end.
2-strike pitch. Ground ball back through the middle. Backhanded Zobrist, but he can't find the handle. Well, Shields took a swipe at it. Zobrist knew he was going to have to hurry if he had any shot at all with the speed of Pierre. And Pierre has himself a base hit.
I don't think there was any way once it got by Shields that they were going to be able to get Juan Pierre. This is that little sidearm cutter again, backdoor cutter. Juan Pierre with 2 strikes is just trying to put that ball in play. And there's no way Zobrist would have been able to throw him out. And that right there, well, that's a tough situation. You're a pitch that you've never thrown before. One time in a game, a little drop down backdoor cutter may not have been the best time to go to it.
Well, Gordon Beckham is at the plate, and Juan Pierre, who led the majors in steals a year ago, is the runner at first. Now, he's been caught 5 times this year and has 4 steals. Beckham in the batter's box. Over to first, and Pierre's back in.
I'll tell you what, another reason why, Dwayne, that backdoor cutter, we've talked about it. It's a pitch that needs to be set up properly. That was an 0-2 pitch coming after a curveball down and in. So what is Juan Pierre looking? He's looking for something out over the plate just to put in play. And so even though that was in a pretty good spot, it wasn't set up so he could just stick the bat out there.
And now the bunt by Beckham. Shields with a toss to Zobrist covering first, and Pierre finds himself in scoring position at second base. So the sacrifice, Beckham puts it down, and now Shields finds himself in heavy timber with Adam Dunn and Paul Konerko behind him.
Well, if he's gonna
one at a time.
Yep, that's right. And if he's going to finish this off, he's going to earn every bit of it with these 2 guys.
Dunn 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of strikeouts and a ground ball to first in that mix. And the pitch is a strike. Started him with a change. He got him on a changeup on a little ground ball to first in the 4th. Got him looking on that cutter when he slipped it over the outside part of the plate in the 6th inning. And he fouls this one the other way. 0-2. Pierre at second base. It's only the second time tonight that the White Sox have had a man in scoring position. The other was when Quinton led off the 5th with a double and scored.
And you know what, Dwayne, this at bat, Adam Dunn has moved up in the box looking to catch that changeup.
Swing and a miss. Well, he didn't catch that cutter. He's out on strikes.
No, he didn't. He moved up in the batter's box because he'd been abused with James Shields' changeup. He's up there looking to catch that pitch before you have the big break on it. And right here, a cutter all the way across the plate. Gets it above the bat of Adam Dunn and a big second out. 1 more to go.
2 gone with Pierre at second base. And Paul Konerko stepping in. Konerko 0 for 2. Hit by a pitch in the 7th inning. Shields right at 100 pitches now. And a foul ball by Konerko. Fastball, and Shields had a little extra on that one. Mid-90s on that fastball from the Rays right-hander.
That's the first time the little radar gun has blown up the fire. Bringing some smoke. Feel the end of the game. You know you got a couple pitches left. He's letting it all hang out here. Trying to reward Joe Madden.
Shields trying to go the distance for the first time since 2008. Ground ball foul. That was a breaking ball. And the count is 2 strikes.
And you thank yourself for that foul ball right there. That was not one of Shields' sharper curveballs, but effective 0-2 count. Got a guy with a lot of power. Try to get him to chase. And take your pick, because all of his pitches have been working well.
Pierre reached on the infield hit. He's at second with 2 outs. 0-2 to Konerko, and a foul the other way. He came back with a fastball. He opened him with the fastball at 95. Then got the foul ball on the curve, and another foul ball on this fastball.
Now he just continues to attack up and away, trying to blow him away to finish this.
Two strikes to the count. Here it is. And a foul ball. A little bounding ball. Off speed with the change.
Well, he's done that. His last couple of changeups, it's almost like he's throwing through them. They don't have that dive action. He got the good speed differential, but he's throwing them hard, and they're staying same plane, more of a running action as opposed to that diving action towards the dirt.
Great speed, second. Again, the 0-2 to Konerko. He got it! He struck him out. Threw the fastball in, and the Rays are winners. Back-to-back strikeouts of Dunn and Konerko. Well, he had to go through the big bats, and he struck them both out. And the Rays are winners 2-1 as James Shields goes the distance. His first complete game of the year. His first since June the 10th of 2008 against the Angels. So this is the 6th complete game of Shields' career, and it ends with this strikeout.
Shields was outstanding, got to a tough part of the ball game right there. Runner in scoring position, the 2 big boppers in the middle of the order, and he just went right back to making quality pitches. Dwayne, you said it, 1 pitch at a time. That was the key for James Shields tonight, and when he hit the middle innings, he put this game into a different gear, his performance, and finished strong.
Yeah, we have seen in the 4 starts he's made, he's thrown exceptionally well twice and good enough the other time. This was very impressive tonight. Threw the ball very well in his first start, but this was what he wants to do all the time.
Well, he went out, was aggressive with the fastball early. Felt like he had a good one. He was moving it back and forth. He established the fastball. Once you're able to do that, you make these hitters aware of the fastball. They have to respect it because you're coming at them with it. Then all of a sudden, you go to all those breaking pitches, and those were top-notch for James tonight.
Shields finishes with 9 strikeouts to pick up his first win of the year. 2-1. The Rays win it behind the great effort by James Shields. Todd is standing by with Shields right now.
Dwayne, thanks. James, you take the ball every 5th day. It's been a little while for the last CG. How did it feel out there tonight to get that ball at the end of the game?
Man, after last night, the way the Price pitched, I mean, I got pumped up, man, and to be able to come out and back him up tonight and do that is a wonderful thing.
Did you feel like as you were rolling through this game, you picked things up, you had low pitch counts through those middle innings?
Yeah, I think the first inning I gave up about 20 pitches, 19, 20 pitches, and I knew I had to minimize my pitches, and then later in the game I had my curveball working pretty good, so I kept going to it and made quality pitches.
What was the approach tonight? Why were you so much more successful against a team that got you a couple starts ago?
I think after that game against Chicago, I changed a few things mechanically and went back to the basics, and it definitely worked out tonight, and we're going to go celebrate.
You and Kelly Shopik seem to be just in sync the whole night, and then he erases a couple of guys on the base pass too.
Yeah, Kelly's been doing a wonderful job, man. Shop, he's been doing a great job behind the plate. I mean, we were in sync the whole entire game, and I mean, when you guys are in sync like that, you're going to pitch well.
In the 9th inning, after Pierre gets on, I know you had to regroup there because it's a play you maybe thought you could have made, and then with his speed, he's always tough.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when he gets hit off the bat, it seems like it's harder than it really is. So, they call that the 5-hole in hockey. So, I wish I would have got that, but it worked out good.
Now, last night we saw David Price. He said he hadn't thrown a cutter in a game. He breaks that out. What was tonight? You break a little 3/4 sidearm?
Yeah, I kind of mentioned the pitch while I was out there. I did a drop down slider on a couple strikeouts, and it seemed to work out pretty well.
And we'll take it. You can look at it here. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely dropped down on that one, but unfortunately that was a ball. But
so you invented on the mound?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of mess around with it, just kind of playing catch the pricey a little bit, and today, I figured I'd break it out.
Great job tonight, Shieldsy. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hey, thanks a lot, Todd.
All right, guys, James Shields going the distance for the first time since 08. Back to you.
All right, Todd. Thank you very much. Shields made 12 pitches in the 9th inning, all strikes to close this one out, as the Rays win it 2-1. We'll be right back with more in a moment.